Good afternoon, Northwest, and welcome to this January edition of Husky Headlines. I'm Lily Torres.
And I'm Imran Bungish.
Imran, have you noticed all the cool decorations around the hallways?
No, I haven't noticed all the cool and noticeable decorations in the hallway. Allie tells us more about Spirit Week. Lily, have you bought your plane ticket to Florida yet?
No, I'm actually going to be watching the Super Bowl in the comfort of my own home while wearing my lucky Tyreek Hill jersey. I tell you more about some Northwest superstitions. The Chiefs are in the Super Bowl finally after a streak of 50 years. So, Headlines decided to go out and discover some weird superstitions that Northwest students have to ensure that the Chiefs win. So what Chiefs superstitions do you have?
I wear a white Patrick Mahomes jersey with gray sweatpants, and that's my superstition right there.
Okay, so I have to be wearing a white sweatshirt with my Patrick Mahomes jersey over the top, and then I have to be sitting in this certain position on my couch.
I always wear the same shirt for every Chiefs game, and then when I didn't wear it one time, they lost. So yeah.
You can't move. If the Chiefs are doing good, where your butt is, you stay there. You can't move. That's it.
I gotta be sitting on the third seat cushion on the left, and I have to have 5 pieces of deer sausage every quarter.
That they deflate their balls before games.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't move during the game, but if we start doing bad, then I'll start moving around. If we start doing good, then I'll stay there.
So every day we leave 15 minutes before the gates open. Tailgates, I get there, I drink 2 white Monsters, I wear my Zumbas, and I go to my seats, and I don't leave my seat the rest of the game.
My family and I have season tickets to the games, and we go to all the home games. As long as I'm wearing my Chiefs beanie and Patrick Mahomes is in the game, it's going to be a win.
My family will make a huge dinner, and you can't eat any of it until the kickoff started, full Thanksgiving turkey style meal.
So my dad bought a mini Patrick Mahomes figurine, and we put it in front of our TV, and we're not allowed to move it, or else he thinks we'll lose.
So me and the boys, when we were playing Houston, we were down bad. We all thought the idea of, changing seats. We changed seats and we stayed in the same seats, and you saw the final results of that game.
Every morning I wake up to my signed Tyreek Hill jersey, give that bad boy a kiss, and hope for the best. Go Chiefs, baby!
Go Chiefs!
I'm a Saints fan, so personally I think there was a push-off on the play, and there should have been a replay, right? And then another play, and then the Saints would have gone overtime, right? And then we would have won the game.
Do you know what superstitions means?
No.
Good luck to the Chiefs this Sunday, and make sure to abide by your superstitions. This is Lily Torres and Jay Oaks for Husky Headlines.
Lily, have you ever tried a kickflip 180 backflip into a pool before?
What?
Wow, what an amateur. I introduced you to Tristan White and his sick moves.
When Tristan White came across a few YouTube videos on skateboarding, he quickly grew close to the sport and found success.
Tristan has really been passionate about skateboarding since the first day he started. It was it just connected with him. He loved it and wanted to pursue it more and more, and was always looking up other skate parks to go to.
I mainly go to an indoor skate park in Lenexa called Ride Forever, and it's associated with a skate shop there called Studio Skate Supply. They pretty much sell anything around skateboarding. I'm friends with a lot of the guys that run Studio. When I at them on my post, it kind of brings their attention to me. For most of the time, I'll try to compete in any competition that's available. I've been to California for a few competitions.
Sponsorships are a popular way for businesses to reach out to up-and-coming skaters like White, but some skaters consider them too easy to achieve. Skater Joe Williford's exploring the business aspect of skating.
I think that companies, well, it's nice to give out sponsorships, especially to kids who are growing in skateboarding and they want to be sponsored really bad. It can also be a little bit bad for the company because if they're posting a lot of more amateur clips that aren't very good on their Instagram, one, their company won't grow as much. Two, they're not doing as well in business as they could just because they're sponsoring skaters that aren't as good. There definitely should be a line on where it is you can get sponsored, but it all depends on the company.
There are like a few companies around now that don't really have a skateboarding base. When they find any skater, they just immediately go for them to sponsor. All you want to do is just progress. The sponsorships are there to help you get fame and then progress even faster from there. I guess they would lead me on to sort of like a professional career if I were to get more sponsorships.
It's been really exciting watching him grow in his love for skateboarding and how to make it something more than just a hobby. He has talked about wanting to do some sort of business with it. When he got his first sponsor, it was a really big day. It was very exciting because the sponsors will send you clothing and different things. It was just really fun to see.
I've heard a lot of stories where as soon as people go to college, they kind of have to focus on something else. But in the meantime, if I can get pro by 18, then that counts.
If he continues skateboarding through college, that would be wonderful. And if he decides to put it down and pick up something else, that's great too. I support him no matter what.
White hopes to advance into professional skating and keep the sport in his life in the years to come. This is Imran Bungish and Nathan Fortune for Husky Headlines.
Lily, do you have any hidden talents?
Not really, but Mr. Odell, our librarian, does. I tell you more.
Every winter on January 18th, Blue Valley Northwest librarian Craig Odell and his band, the Flannel Brothers, spend their free time preparing to perform for the Battle of the Bands at Kanza Hall to help fundraise for Blue Valley's music departments.
The Battle of the Bands is a fundraiser put on by the Blue Valley Educational Foundation, and the idea is they have bands come to Kanza Hall, and each band plays a set, and people can vote for the bands by putting money in a bucket. They also have a bunch of raffle items that are donated and things like that to raise money.
I met Mr. Odell. We started here at Northwest the same year, so we both came the second year the school was open. So we were in that class together. We just became friends, and he had played in previous bands, and so had I, so we started playing together and then put together a blues band, and then we played the first Battle of the Bands together.
It's a gig. I mean, we don't play out that much, so it's a great cause. So if we can help raise money, that's a positive thing. But no, it's just a great place to play and a great crowd, and so we're happy to do it.
Not only is Battle of the Bands a place where the community can come together and enjoy great music and have fun, but it is also an event that helps support the many music programs in the district.
The Battle of the Bands is fundraising specifically for music programs in Blue Valley. The origin came from the Blue Valley Ed Foundation, and they had decided that this would be something fun to do and something different. I think they're always looking for different ways to raise money and call attention to programs in the schools. And I think they're always looking for things that not only will do well at raising funds, but will be fun for Blue Valley patrons to come out to, that parents would enjoy going to, the faculty might enjoy going to, so that people can have a fun night, something they'll enjoy, and also feel good about getting money to the Ed Foundation.
You got a tremendous music department here. I think it's extremely strong, great staff.
The thing I get out of the Battle of the Bands specifically is a really neat opportunity to go have a lot of fun, because playing is a blast. It's a big rush. To get up on stage and make music is really fun.
The Battle of the Bands ended up raising $67,000. Although Odell and his band members did not win, they are hoping to continue playing in Battle of the Bands and provide continuous support for the Blue Valley Music Department in the years to come. This is Lily Torres and Jay Oakes for Husky Headlines.
Lily, do you play any sports?
Not since...
No, wait. Not ever since you tore your ACL, right?
Yeah, but even if I could, I still don't think I'd want to go against these varsity athletes. Ian tells us more.
You go to their games, you cheer them on, but how do these varsity athletes stack up when they're playing other sports? We took 6 of our winter varsity sports athletes and pitted them against each other to find out who's the best overall athlete. We split the players into 2 teams of 3. We have Allison Kono from the bowling team, Danny Robinson from wrestling, and Veronica Spielman from girls basketball. On the opposing team, we have Markel Hood from boys basketball, Mary Waxman from bowling, and Jaden Wise from varsity swimming. It's the Robinsons versus the Dunkaroos, Each team will participate in our 4 winter sports. The winning team gets the Husky Headlines Winter Sports Trophy. First up is basketball. Regular buckets are worth 1 point, the shots behind the 3-point line are worth 2, and the first team to get 7 points and win by 2 wins the competition and gets the point. The Robinsons win, giving them the first point of the game. Next up we have wrestling. Due to safety concerns, we couldn't have a wrestling match with people who aren't properly trained. Instead, each member of the Dunkaroos will attempt to push Danny Robinson over. If they can, they get the point. If not, Danny wins. First up is Mary Waxman.
Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
3, 2, 1.
Robinson stays strong, leaving Markel Hood to save the point for his team.
Yeah, Markel. Thanks,
Hood, against the odds, takes Robinson to the ground and the Dunkaroos win the point, making the score 1-1. Next is bowling. Each team will bowl 3 frames, with each member responsible for bowling 1 frame. Since Markel Hood wasn't available at the time of bowling, Jaden Wise will bowl twice for his team. The team with the highest score by the end of the match wins the point.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!
The Dunkaroos win the game with a total of 48 points over the Robinsons' 35, making the total score 2-1 with the Dunkaroos in the lead. The final challenge is swimming. With Danny Robinson swimming for the Robinsons and Mary Waxman swimming for the Dunkaroos, they will swim 50 meters, trying to win the final point. Robinson beats Waxman, leaving the final score 2-2. It's a tie, leaving only one possible competition for the tiebreaker. One game of rock, paper, scissors.
Here you go, ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
Jaden Wise wins the game, winning the Husky Headlines Winter Sports Trophy for the Dunkaroos. This is Ian Graham and Max Smith for Husky Headlines.
Now for this month's edition of Top 10.
Good afternoon, Northwest. I'm Jay Oaks, and here's this month's edition of Top 10. Number 10, we have sophomore Joey Robinson making a 3-point basket, assisted by sophomore Mikey Pauley over Trainer High. It would make the score 30-16. The Huskies would go on to win 67-40. At number 9, we have junior Caden Casella slamming a Olathe South wrestler to the mat in a duel. At number 8, we have junior Ben Taylor diving in a duel against Blue Valley High, where he would later place first on January 14th. At number 7, we have senior Markel Hood with a one-handed slam off the assist from junior Austin Mason versus Lincoln Prep on January 13th. At number 6, we have freshman Claire Shukma making a 3-point basket, assisted by senior Emily Farley in their game against Lawrence High. At number 5, we have senior Danny Robinson pinning Olathe South wrestler in their wrestling meet on January 15th at Blue Valley Northwest. At number 4, we have sophomore Jennifer Jennings getting a strike in her bowling match against Mill Valley on January 16th. At number 3, we have junior Megan Edwards making a shot in their game against Lawrence High on January 10th. At number 2, we have junior Ben Fritz dunking while being fouled, assisted by junior Austin Mason in converting the and-one free throw in the North game on January 17th. Northwest won this one 67-64. At number 1, we have junior Jack Chapman scoring 37 points in their home victory against the Mustangs, leading the team to an 84-71 win over Blue Valley North. This just in, we have Danny Robinson finishing first in the 285 weight class and Caden Cosella finishing first in the 195 weight class at the Husky Invitational on January 25th. The Huskies wrestling team would finish 6th in the tournament. This was Jay Oaks with the help of Max Smith and Aaron Tribby giving you this month's edition of Top 10.
Lily, did you know that whenever I was younger, I tried to be a human bowling ball and I tried to ram my head into the pins?
Honestly, that explains so much.
Oh.
Melanie tells us more about our school bowling team.
At the start of the season, the girls' bowling team had more upperclassmen try out than in previous years, bumping the overall numbers up for this year.
Comparatively, the differences between last year and this year is last year I had a lot more upperclassmen veteranship, meaning that I had girls who have been bowling for 3 or 4 years, and so they knew how everything kind of worked. And I have some people who have come back, this is their 2nd or 3rd year. It's just that I don't have as much at the senior level as I had last year.
We have 16 people on the team this year. We had 2 seniors last year, now we have 6, so that was quite a jump. Because normally we don't have enough people to cut, but this year we do have enough people to cut. We have over the number that we're supposed to have.
I just have a lot of brand new bowlers who are just trying it out for the first time, which is very exciting. And so last year, again, I didn't have to teach as many fundamentals as I'm doing this year.
After being on the team for 3 years, I think Dirks does train a lot more people on the fundamentals of bowling, because before it wasn't a lot of people who needed it. It was a lot of people who'd done it before and I was the only new person, really. And now it's 10 or more new people and it's really necessary to be taught because it is difficult when you don't know it naturally.
I don't have any freshmen this year. I don't know what I did to scare them off. So I have 3 sophomores and then the rest are juniors and seniors. I had a couple girls who were sophomores last year who told all of their friends they should come out. And so that's kind of what bolstered the upperclassmenness versus the underclassmen. I would love to have more underclassmen and more freshmen come out because then they can build the program from the start versus coming in as a junior and only having 2 years and then I'm out.
I always try to help other people. Sometimes I'm not sure how to. It's kind of hard to teach how to throw your arm, but I always try to help anybody who needs it, whether it's during meets or practices.
With a full roster, the bowling team hopes to have a successful season.
I'm actually pretty optimistic about how we're doing. I mean, it ebbs and flows. There's good days and bad days. I see a lot of potential for growth. The more you bowl, the better you're going to get.
In our first one, we were the only team with a JV team because we have one of the biggest teams. We have the biggest team out of all the bowling teams. So we were the only team with a JV team, so we won the meet.
In the past, the team has been pretty successful in winning the Blue Valley tournament. We are the best team in Blue Valley right now. I hope we get more people to state this year, and I think we can do it.
With a larger team of girls, the bowlers are optimistic about their success for the rest of the season. This is Melanie Wilkins and Ian Graham knocking down this story for Husky Headlines.
And perfect.
Nice. What does it look like?
You might want to see yourself.
Seriously?
I just wanted to show you in your true form.
I mean, true form.
I still come nowhere close to Rabia's ability, though. Melanie tells us more.
Junior Rabia Khan has taken up the hobby of making unique makeup and special effects and posting it on her Instagram account.
I think I started watching tutorials and things in 7th or 8th grade, and then when I got into high school, then I started actually doing it. I like to do special effects makeup and then full glam makeup, I guess you could say, and just makeup for dances.
I always knew she was really talented at art, so I thought that she took it really naturally. She's really good at other forms of art, in terms of painting too. So I wasn't really surprised when she was good at face art or face makeup.
After exploring this hobby, Khan decided to create an Instagram account to share her skills with others.
I made my Instagram account last year in April, So it's almost been a year. I don't have a YouTube account. I might make one soon, but I'm not sure.
She is a really creative person in general, so I think that's what drives a lot of her makeup and her art. Like the amount of progress that she's made from like 7th or 8th grade when she started to now is like amazing.
It takes me about like 30 minutes to do like a regular face of makeup, and then if it's like special effects, it'll take me about like an hour and a half. I think I've like practiced so much doing makeup, like it's not that hard for me anymore, but like there's still some struggles. I probably like do it at least once a week, like do my makeup once a week. Like family parties I wear makeup a lot, and then like if there's any like big events I'll put some makeup on.
If we're going to like a wedding or something, like I don't trust myself to do the makeup, so she's like pretty much our designated expert. She does my mom and my makeup as well.
Khan says she hopes to get more advanced in her talent and post more videos. You can follow her account at Makeup by Rabia. This is Melanie Wilkins and Seth Williams for Husky Headlines.
Lily, have you seen any of those cool videos on Instagram recently?
You mean the ones that are promoting the yearbook?
Yeah, Seth tells us more.
Sydney Strumming, the social media editor for the yearbook, has brought print to life with the Horizon series.
I chose to get into photography and videography in a weird way. In 7th grade, my parents got me a GoPro. We went on a trip. I just started videoing everything. Then I went into iMovie. I started putting things together. It kind of escalated from there when I got an actual real camera.
Last spring, Sydney Strumming came to me and said that she would like to be an editor of some kind on Yearbook, but she wanted to look at something different for Yearbook. She came to me with an idea of some social media, which we have never done with Yearbook before. She came up with this idea of doing some videos on Instagram. It's just taken off.
Strumming is always trying to push her boundaries to what she can do by shooting and editing a variety of videos while furthering herself as a videographer.
If I'm doing a sports video, it's going to depend on what's in style. So it's going to depend on what type of music is in. It's going to depend on if it's the fast paced, if it's slow, and if it's like zooming in or out. So I really leave my style of videography open, because I feel if you set yourself to only one thing, then you can't really further your skills as much as you could if you constantly are trying new things and pushing your standards. I could definitely put all my videos I shoot into iMovie and quickly piece things together, but because I know I want to do this in my future, I'm taking this seriously, and I am taking every single Horizon video as if I'm applying for a job. So I will get all the videos and I'll put them into Final Cut Pro, but I spend approximately anywhere from 5 to over 20 hours shooting and editing every video.
My 2 previous years on staff, no one knew anything about the yearbook. No one knew what it was called, what our staff was called. And you know, you heard about it once a year on distribution day, and then it was kind of over. So now with Sydney's videos, it's something that's been talked about all year long. Sydney, in the way that she does things, putting out videos that the student body wants to see. She's using a lot of songs that people know, so it's not just random songs. We're getting a bunch of different people in there, so maybe you'll be like, oh, those are my friends, or that's me. And it's just something that everyone, I feel like, wants to be a part of.
Whether or not there's a social media editor, I hope this is something that other people look at and think that's something I'd like to do. It's something that's very different for us. Hopefully it gets other people involved and interested in pursuing something like it.
I don't want to spend my life filming 1,000 weddings or taking a ton of senior portraits. I rather start my own business. My end goal is to end up working for a professional sports team and running their social media, especially nowadays with how easy it is to run a full sports social media.
You can catch the next episode of the Horizon series on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. This is Seth Williams and Emron Bungish for Husky Headlines.
That's it for this January edition of Husky Headlines.
Have a super day, Northwest.